Hello everyone, welcome to the Oliveboard. In this session, we are going to discuss that what is merit index in RRB JE and how the marks is calculated, how the cutoff is calculated on the merit index. This is very clearly mentioned in the notification that the CBT 1 marks will be normalized, CBT 2 marks will be calculated on the merit index, and after that your final cutoff is decided. So what is actually merit index? Let's talk about that. So it is, if I talk about the merit index formula, before that it is very clearly mentioned that this section wise distribution given in the, this is what the minimum percentage marks, because this is required when we calculate the merit index. It is required, if it is required that what is the minimum marks required for the category wise. For the general category is 40%, EWS 40%, OBC 30%, SC 30%, ST 25%. This is the minimum percentage marks for the eligibility of the various categories. Getting or not? Now, इसमें the very much clearly mentioned in this notification that shortlisting of the candidates for the second stage CBT exam shall be based on the normalized marks obtained by them in the first stage CBT exam. That means how much marks you will get in your CBT 1 exam, getting or not, that marks will be normalized. That marks will be normalized to shortlisting, for the shortlisting of the candidates for the second stage CBT, getting or not. And this is also mentioned that the number of candidates for the second stage, it is 15 times of the community wise total vacancy of the post notified against the RRB as per their respective zone, getting or not. So 15 times candidate will be called for the second stage CBT, getting or not. Now what is important is that the important thing is that if I talk about the question, number of the question, this is the total marks for the CBT 1. Number of the question is 100, getting or not. 100 question is the total is 100. For the CBT second for the CBT 2, marks will be calculated on the basis of the merit index, getting na, and there are 150 questions. For the 150 marks you are going to have. Now how this merit index is calculated? So there is a clearly mentioned in the formula, clearly mentioned in the notification, a formula is given. But sir, when this merit index is actually applied, getting or not, when this final cutoff marks is calculated on the basis of the merit index, so there are some conditions when this merit index is calculated. So it is very much clear that the shortlisting candidates for the DV after the second stage, you will be called for the document verification, shall be based on the normalized marks obtained by them in the second stage CBT. And how it is calculated, sir? The normalization scheme to be adopted for shortlisting the candidate from the first stage CBT to second stage CBT, and for the DV on the basis of the performance in the second stage CBT. Getting now normalization of the marks is how we will calculate. Whenever the paper is happen in the multiple sessions, when there are number of the shifts are there in your exam, then the marks will be calculated on the basis of, then your final cutoff will be calculated on the basis of the normalized marks or the merit index. And why actually the marks is calculated on, these marks are normalized or it is calculated on the merit index, sir? This is because you can get in some of the shift, you can get the paper is easier. In some of the shift you can get that paper is hard. When you are let's suppose you are giving the paper in the shift 1 and that paper was easy, and you are getting the good marks. But in another shift, some of the students who's appearing in another shift are getting that level of the paper is harder. So they will find it difficult to solve the questions, na? So that means there should be what, and the level of each shifts cannot be same. So to balance this, the final marks is normalized. Final marks is normalized. Final marks is calculated on the basis of merit index. So remember this thing, when the single session CBT and there are normalized marks for the multi-session CBT. For multi-session CBT exam, the normalized marks will be calculated. And how it is calculated, sir? Calculation of the merit index for all the papers. Remember this thing. So this is the formula for the merit index. This is the formula for the merit index. It is very much clearly mentioned that for all the papers for which there is only one CBT session, the actual marks obtained by the candidate will be used for calculating the merit index. If there are only one stage, if there are only single session, if there are only single shift, then your actual marks is used as what the to calculate the merit index. But while for the paper in the multiple session, if this paper is in the multiple session, the normalized marks will be calculated to corresponding to the row marks obtained by a candidate. Getting now, and accordingly the merit index will be prepared on the basis of these normalized marks. Sir, how we will calculate it? How we will calculate it? So this is the formula for the merit index, sir. This is the formula for the merit index, that is SQ plus ST minus SQ M minus MQ divided by MT bar minus MQ. Now, sir, what is this ST? What is this SQ? What is this M? What is this MQ? Or what is this MT bar? Getting or not? So it is very much clear that merit index is the relative score of the candidate within the discipline. If you are, some of the post in the RRB JE, some of the categories are there where all the branch students, all different branch, electrical students, mechanical students, civil students are eligible. If let's suppose the level of the paper in the mechanical, for the mechanical branch student is tougher and it was easier for the electrical student, and let's suppose it much easy for the civil aspirants. So, but all the students are eligible na, for that post. So in that case, the final marks or the final cutoff is calculated on the merit index. Now we will calculate that how it is calculated, sir. How it is calculated, sir. So this is the formula. It is very much clearly that M is what the marks obtained by the candidate. This M is the marks obtained by the candidate. What is the actual marks of a candidate? Another is MQ. M is the qualifying marks for the general category, and for the general category it is very clear that qualifying marks for the general category is 40. We have already seen that the category wise the qualifying marks is different. For general category it is 40%. It is 40%. That is 40 out of 100. 40 out of 100 is the qualifying marks. So 40 is the qualifying marks. That means the value, if we calculate the merit index for a general candidate, then MQ, the value of the MQ will be 40. Getting or not? Then MT bar. Then MT bar is the mean marks of the top 0.1%, top 0.1% or top 10 student, whichever is larger of the candidate who appeared in the paper. That means if there is a multi-session exam, getting or not, and in that exam the number of the student, what is the number of the student? 0.1% of that number, 0.1% of that number represents the empty bar. Getting? Now SQ, the value to the SQ is given 350 and the value for ST is assigned to 900. Getting na? So 900 is the score assigned to empty bar. ST is the value is what? Kitna? 900. The qualifying marks for general category candidate is 40. Getting or not? So let's calculate it. For example. Getting na? With an example. So let's calculate it with an example. Or let's suppose the value of the let's calculate that the value assigned to SQ is 350 and value assigned to ST is 900. Value assigned to ST is 900. Getting or not? This is very much mentioned. This is what get clearly mentioned. Getting or not? And for example, let's suppose, and the normalizing marks, that is qualifying marks, MQ is qualifying marks. MQ is the qualifying marks for the category. Let's suppose for the general category, it is given as what? 40. It is given as 40. Now we need to calculate the value of M. M is what? The actual marks obtained by the candidate. Getting? And another value we want to calculate is empty bar. That is what? The mean marks of the top 0.1% students. Getting or not? So let's suppose for a mechanical candidate, the marks obtained by the candidate is normalized to 60 out of 100. Let's suppose it is what a student gets 60 marks. Getting or not? If it will be what? The actual or raw marks for a single candidate, for a single session exam. For single session exam, it is what? The value of the actual marks a student gets, and for a multi-session exams, it will be normalized marks. So that will be the value of the M. This is what? Let me take an example that the actual marks or the raw marks obtained by the candidate is M, sir. Is M, and that is what? Let's suppose kitna? Let's suppose this is 60. And empty bar is the mean marks of the top 0.1%, the top students, getting or not? And 0.1% of that top student gets the average marks of, let's suppose, 80. Now use that formula. I'm calculating the merit index. I'm using, let's suppose, the dark color MI. I'm calculating the MI. Put the value SQ. SQ is what? Sir, 350. SQ is what? 350 plus this is ST. ST value of ST is 900 minus this is what? Again minus HQ. SQ is 350 minus 350. Getting or not? Now multiply it by M minus MQ. M value of the M is 60 and MQ is what? 40. That is what? Qualifying marks for a category. Getting or not? Divided by empty bar. Empty bar is the top marks of it, marks gained by the top 0.1% students. So top 0.1% student gets, let's suppose, 80. So this is 80 minus MQ. MQ is what? The qualifying marks. Qualifying marks is 40. Let's solve it. When I solve it, I'll get the merit index 350 plus this is 900 minus 350. 900 minus 350, that is what? 550. 550 multiply by 60 minus 40, that is 20, and 80 minus 40, that is what? 40. I hope you all people are getting this. So 20 divided by 40, that is 2. 1 by 2, 550. This is comes out to be 350 plus 550 divided by 2. 550 divided by 275. This is comes out to be kitna? 275. And when I add this 350 plus 275, that comes out to be 500, 550, 600, and that comes out to be 625. So this 625 will be the merit index of this particular student. I hope you all people are getting this. So this is the formula how the merit index is calculated. Getting now? So after the merit index, the calculation of this marks after the merit index, getting or not? Some students can be benefited, some students can be getting or not feeling low after this merit index, but this is the calculated when the level of the paper is different for the different students. That means it is used in the multi-session exams, or it is used when the different branches are allowed for a single post. So this is the formula how we calculate this merit index. I hope you all people are getting it. Getting or not? Similarly, the normalized marks of the CBT1 is also calculated. Getting or not? Normalized marks is calculated on the basis of that similar formula. So I have this I have this, example, a scorecard of a student where of the CBT1, the total number of the question is 100. One question was dropped in the paper because of some error. It was not okay, it was wrong. So one question is dropped. That means total marks of that paper becomes 99. Getting or not? Number of the question attempted by the student is 90 and corrected number of questions are 72. Wrong answer was 18, and out of that 99, because one question is dropped, so total becomes 99, and out of that 99 he got 66. Now marks obtained out of 100, because this normalized marks is calculated on out of 100. So now this was 66 was from the from out of 99, so 66.6667 out of 100. Now when this marks is got normalized, it get increased to 76.54842. Getting or not? So actually marks obtained by the student is 66.66, but after the normalization, the student got 76.54 marks. Getting or not? So this is calculated. This is how the marks is calculated, and it is why these marks is normalized, sir. Why these marks are normalized? Because we have the different level of the paper in the different shifts. Getting now? So to make this thing normal, that everyone should be treated equally, so that's why the normalized or merit index marks is calculated. I hope you all people are getting this. Yes or not, everyone? This is the another example that in a shift, in the shift CBT1 exam, the number of the question is 100. 2 question was dropped because these questions was wrong. So total marks, total question, now the total question is 98. That means your marks will come out from 98. Number of the question attempted is 81, corrected questions was 69, wrong questions was 12. That means the actual marks obtained out of the 98 is 65. But if I calculate these marks out of 100, it becomes what? 66.32. Getting or not? When these marks are normalized, it comes out to be 69.67. I hope you all people are getting this. Getting or not? And it is what eligible for the second stage. Now CBT2 marks will be calculated on the merit index. This CBT2 marks, I have already mentioned this, that the calculation of the merit index for all the papers clearly mentioned that this CBT2 marks will be calculated on the basis of merit index, and those students who clarify this merit index will call for the document verification, and for the further process. I hope you got the point. Now it is very important that how you download this Oliveboard. Getting or not? So how you download, I will tell you about that, but just go on the Play Store, download Oliveboard app, then attend their free classes, subscribe the YouTube channel. Getting now? You will get the multiple free classes related to your course. Now, sir, how to download this YouTube class PDF? When you will download the app, just you have to what you have to do, just download the Oliveboard app, open that app, go to the course section, then you will get a window like this, YouTube class PDFs. You can download these PDFs from here. You can download your YouTube class PDFs from here. Getting or not? Now, sir, when the course of this CBT2 exam for the mechanical engineering aspirants will be live, sir. So soon it is live. So the price for this mechanical engineering course is just 1,374. 1,374 is the only 1,374 is the price for the complete course of the mechanical engineering for the CBT2. So this complete course for the mechanical engineering students for the CBT2 exam is just of rupees 1,374. Getting or not? So join today, download the app, and purchase the course. Getting or not? Because this is very nominal, very nominal price. This is very nominal price. Getting now? Sir, what you will get, what we will get in this course, sir? In this course, you will get 100 plus live classes. 100 plus live classes will be there. Concept explained with the real life examples. Complete coverage of all mechanical engineering topics. Download the class PDF. You can download all your class PDFs. So this will be the specification of this course. These will be the specification of this course. I hope you all people are getting this. So this is all about from my side. So keep liking, keep sharing the session, and keep continuing on the Oliveboard YouTube channel, and download the Oliveboard app and purchase this very nominal fee course. Getting na? So this is all about from my side. Till then, मस्त रहिए, स्वस्थ रहिए and पढ़ते रहिए. Thank you. Good luck.